Gong hei fat choi, everybody. Happy Chinese New Year. I know I'm officially a day late, so I apologize, but we had winter weather coming in, and I had some promotional things I had to do yesterday afternoon after school, so things are kind of crazy. But this is for my shining stars, so thank you guys again for being so supportive and donating to our Patreon every month. Our Kickstarter is coming up in less than a month, so I get to kind of review and reveal that within the day. So stay tuned for that. There's going to be some fun advertising, maybe a little competition to get our pre-launch excited. So I'm really looking forward to it. But today I did ask you guys, and several of you responded. So thank you so much. Socks is saying hi. I asked you guys to give me a book recommendation, one of your favorite books that you think maybe I should give a try. So I'm going to be showing the covers to you that I printed and read the blurb, which is the back of the book, and kind of at the end give my 2 cents. I'm going to pick 3 to potentially look into buying, and then next month I will probably buy one and I will reveal it to you guys in a mini video. I can't promise I'll get to read it right away because I got a zillion books. Hi, baby. That I have to read. If I don't pick yours, it is nothing personal. I also love that I got to kind of see what genres you guys like, and that got to help me know you a little bit better. So that means a lot. So again, we're a community, and I'm looking forward to doing this recommendation thing once a month. I'll probably do an anime one sometime, a manga, if you read manga, movies, things like that as well. So Socks really needs to figure. I know, I'm not hurting you. Come here, get my lap. Are you okay? Or get out of the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. That's just some sleet if you hear some noise, so no big deal. Okay, so the first one I have is from Joe or Joseph. So thank you, Joe. And it is called Extreme Medical Services. It's a series. It's by Jamie Davis. So there is the cover. It's book 1 of 9. I don't usually read super long series, but doesn't mean I'm not willing to give it a shot. I was really intrigued with the tagline, so let's see if you guys are too. It says, top in his paramedic academy training didn't prepare him for Station U. What is more dangerous, the supernaturals or his boss? Dean needed to learn street medicine fast. He trained to help humans, but he wasn't prepared for injured fairies and monsters. Still, he was smart, willing to learn, and more than anything, incredibly curious to learn about this new world he didn't know existed. Would it get him killed? She'd been at this job for a while and was less than enthused to be given a new probie. I guess like a newbie. There is always a lot going on, but I'm probably going to say her name wrong. It's Bryne, Bryne, has something on her mind. What happened to her old partner? In the dark of night, a society few humans know thrives, and someone wants to bring them down. You'll love this supernatural medical thriller because of the fast-paced life as an EMT is better in the world of vampires and mythical creatures. Okay, so this totally relates to Hunter and Bringer to me with like the secret organization working with monsters in the shadows. I like that. The EMT thing is cool. My mom's a nurse, so I think that's intriguing. So yeah, it definitely sounds like something that fits with the world I write with. So that's definitely interesting. And you've got the 2 kind of clashing people that looks like they have to work together. Got some mystery going on. So yeah, I think it's something that I definitely would look into. It is in paperback for about $10. It's an ebook and it has an audiobook as well. And it's 1 out of 9. So if you like it, then there's lots to read about these adventures. So it's called Extreme Medical Services and it's by Jamie Davis. So thank you, Joe, for the recommendation. All right, now this book is from my mom, and I've seen this book around the house a lot growing up. So I'm not surprised that she recommended it. I thought she might recommend an Amish story because she likes those a lot as well. But this is by, and I'm probably saying her name wrong, Jude Devereux. It's called A Knight in Shining Armor. I've seen this cover a lot. Okay, she's a New York Times bestseller. So this is a signature classic novel, a time travel romance. My mom likes those. Featuring a present-day heroine and a dashing hero from the 16th century. Okay, so I like medieval stuff, so that sounds really cool. Abandoned by cruel fate, lovely Douglas Montgomery lies weeping upon a cold tombstone in an English church. Suddenly, the most extraordinary man appears. It is Nicholas Stafford, Earl to Thornwick, and according to his tombstone, he died in 1564. Drawn to his side by a bond so sudden and compelling it overshadows reason, Douglas knows that Nicholas is nothing less than a miracle, a man who does not seek to change her, who finds her perfect, fascinating, just as she is. What Douglas never imagined was how strong the chains are that tie them to the past, or the grand adventure that lie before them. Hailed worldwide as one of the most romantic novels of all time, A Knight in Shining Armor is a glorious love story that spans centuries, worlds, and souls. It is an epitome of every woman's fantasy. From Chicago Daily Herald. Okay, so time travel I'm kind of picky with, because sometimes it gets really convoluted. I do like reincarnation stories, though, so I'm kind of weird. But I'm a big sucker for romance. I do love connections with souls, like the Registering of Fate theory, things like that. And I definitely love knights and medieval era stories. I read a lot of historical fictions from that time period, especially about like the Tudor family. I like English monarchs for some reason. And this is in England, so that's really cool. So yeah, I think Mom did pick a good one for me, so this one does sound very intriguing. And it is available in paperback. It's about $8 for paperback. It's ebook and also an audiobook. So this is A Knight in Shining Armor. I'm so drawn to that cover just because I saw it at my house growing up a lot. Okay, this is from Sarah, and don't kill me. I've never read the book. I've seen one or two of the film versions of them because there's a million of them. I haven't seen like the most beloved one, but I guess I need to. And I know the plot of it, but I've never actually read it, so don't kill me. Sarah recommended Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And I'm sure everybody has heard of this. And there's tons of editions. A lot of them are like special collector's editions. I did find like a regular edition or a classic edition. But here's the gist, if you don't know it. It's from Pride and Prejudice. So when Elizabeth Bennet first meets the eligible bachelor Fitzwilliam Darcy, she thinks him arrogant and conceited. He is indifferent to her good looks and lively mind. When she later discovers that Darcy has involved himself in the troubled relationship between his friend Bingley and her beloved sister Jane, she is determined to dislike him more than ever. In the sparkling comedy of manners that follow, Jane Austen shows us the folly of judging by first impressions and superbly invokes the friendships, gossip, and snobberies of provincial middle-class life. All right, so everybody wants a Mr. Darcy. I do know that. I know tons of people who love this book. I know tons of people who love Jane Austen. I've seen Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. And I really enjoyed that. But I actually heard it followed, other than the zombie stuff, it followed the story kind of well. I've seen reviews about it. And I did like Little Women, so I do like stories with sisters. And it is a historical novel. So it's something I would consider giving a try. I'm not sure why I haven't. I don't know, to be honest. Of course, it's paperback. The cheapest I could find was $8 to $10. They have tons of special editions from like $30 to $50. It's an ebook, of course. Of course, it's an audiobook. And it's also a manga. So I'm really kind of intrigued in maybe reading the manga version. Because now they have classics. Mangas, I went to the Romeo and Juliet one as well. I have read Romeo and Juliet, but I think that'd be fun too. But definitely something that I think is up my alley. So Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen from Sarah. So thank you, Sarah. Okay, and then my friend Danny recommended a book from the Iron Druid series. It's book 1 of 9, another long one. And this first book is called Hounded. Sorry, the Iron Druid Chronicles. My bad. So it's Hounded from the Iron Druid Chronicles by Kevin Harney. So I know it's not a great picture, so I apologize, but that's kind of the best I could do. Okay. So let's see what this one says. And these have some medievalish names, so I probably am going to read these wrong, so I apologize. Atticus O'Sullivan is the last of the ancient Druids. He has been on the run for more than 2,000 years, and he's tired of it. The Irish gods who want to kill him are after an enchanted sword he stole in the first century battle. And when they find him managing an outlet bookshop in Tempe, Arizona, Atticus doesn't want to uproot his life again. He just wants everything to end one way or another, but preferably the way in which he can continue to enjoy fish and chips. He does have some small hope of survival. The Morrigan is my name, but with an I in it. The Irish chooser of the slain is on his side, and so is Bridgehid, first among the Fae. His lawyer is literally a blood-sucking vampire, and he has a loyal Irish wolfhound with opinions about poodles. But he's facing down some mighty enemies. Oh gosh. And Nugus Og, a vengeful Irish god, plus a coven of witches, and even the local police. On top of all that, Agonus, whatever his name is, has a direct line to the firepower of hell. Atticus will need all the luck of the Irish and more if he's going to stay alive. Whew, okay, wow. So we've got a guy who's lived forever. We got fairies. We've got humor. It seems like modern humor into it. I don't know a lot about Irish mythology or gods, so that's kind of interesting. So yeah, this actually sounds good too. My friend Danny recommended this. It's ebook, paperback for $7, and also an audiobook. So awesome. So thank you, Danny. I like the bookstore in Arizona. That's really cool. I do like when fantastical or ancient aspects are modernized. I think that's why I love Percy Jackson so much, because you get to know this ancient lore, but it's humorous and in a modern setting. Oh man, you guys are making this tough. Okay, my friend Darren, who is also a Shining Star, of course, he suggested the series. I could only find it in a trilogy box set, although it was a very good price. So I'll go ahead and show you that. It's called Scamps and Scoundrels, is the first book of the series. And is actually an LIT RPG series. He gave me a couple, and I think they all were kind of RPG. LIT RPG series. So that's cool that I get to know what kind of books he likes. Okay, so the Scamps and Scoundrels, book 1. It says, just yesterday, Ben was a petty thief who got a little too invested in the lies of one of his marks. Today, he's got a new name, a new face, and a new body. And he's watching the Glatton City Guard fight a 20-foot-tall ooze that crawled forth from the sewers. Tomorrow, he'll need to join a guild, save a girl, steal a crown, and most importantly, convince an innkeeper about the gloriousness of chicken fingers. Okay. So this seems kind of like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons fast-paced adventure story. Chicken fingers really got me. I'm kind of curious about that. So that's cool. I like that. It says it's audiobook only for the moment that I saw, but you get all 3 books in the series, which is Scamps and Scoundrels, and then Second Story Man, and then Skull and Thorns. And for the audiobook, it said for all 3 it's $10. So that's really a good deal for that. So I like adventure stories. So thank you, Darren. That's Scamps and Scoundrels. Okay, And then Mrs. Moore, who was my former teacher and counselor, she's my biggest supporter, one of them. She's amazing. And I asked her for a suggestion, and she picked one of her favorite authors, Jodi Picoult, who you may know is writing The Sister's Keeper. Yes, I'd read that in college. And she has a whole bunch of other books. I remember my junior and senior year in high school especially, like all her books were everywhere. And I do remember this book when it came out. I was kind of scared at the time to read it. And it's still a very scary, realistic idea. But now that I'm older and I've had to have training in this sort of thing, it's still not fun, but it's something that needs to be done. And I just read a book with a similar topic by Lorraine McDaniels. And it really breaks my heart, but also touches it at the same time. So the Jodi Picoult novel she picked was 19 Minutes. Okay. And I do know what happens. I know the plot, but I'll read it for you guys in case you haven't had it. Sterling is an ordinary New Hampshire town where nothing ever happens until the day its compliancy is shattered by a school shooting. Josie Kimore, the daughter of the judge sitting on the case, should be the state's best witness, but she can't remember what happened before her very own eyes, or can she? As the trial progresses, fault lines between the high school and the adult community begin to show, destroying the closest of friendships and family. 19 Minutes asks what it means to be different in our society, who has the right to judge someone else, and whether anyone is ever really who they seem to be. So it is about a school shooting and the after effects of that, so it's very powerful. I remember the first tagline because my friend Sarah in art class was reading it when it came out. And I remember that tagline was really powerful. It said something like, in 19 minutes, you can finish a load of laundry or half a load of laundry. You can do this, blah, blah, blah. And I think that's it. But also lives can be shattered. So that was pretty powerful. I do kind of enjoy tragic stories like this that hit home, that are realistic. They just kind of tug at my heart. I don't read them completely for like pleasure, but there's something really awesome that somebody can convey that to spread information out with their talent for words. So that's Jodi Picoult's 19 Minutes, and Mrs. Moore selected that one for me. Okay, I have to pause for just a minute, guys, but I'll finish the last 4 in part 2, and then I will select the 3 that I think I might look into. But man, these are hard. I like them all so far. All right, so I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. Okay, thank you. Bye for now.